This is the Transformers Generations Studio Series Voyager class Megatron. The figure is part of the second wave of these Voyager class series of figures for the Studio Series Generations Transformers. I picked up this figure at Artoys, and as many of you know, Revenge of the Fallen was one of my favorite out of all the Michael Bay films. For some reason, I really liked it. And so this Megatron it was something I was really looking forward to getting. And folks, this is perhaps one of the more accurate and one of the better Megatrons we've gotten for the movie line, by far. Well done by Hasbro. We'll talk about that later. In the meantime, let's talk about the insert that it comes with. It's that forest diorama, which we see, which we've seen Megatron and perhaps Grindor and Optimus Prime, Starscream. They slug it out and, to the demise of Optimus Prime. Okay, so that's the insert. Very nice. Here is the box. As you can see, there is Hasbro and Takara Tomy logos on the box. The Hasbro version has all things in English. If you buy the Takara Tomy version, the name will be in Japanese characters, and I don't think there'll be a Hasbro logo. So, very cool. Here's some of the other figures you can purchase in the Studio Series line. Okay. Comes with a nice set of instructions. Clear enough. Okay, on to the figure itself. Boy, it is absolutely amazing. I love it. I love the attention to detail that Hasbro brought with the Studio Series figure. It's in the Voyager class, and you know, some people may argue that the leader class is still the best, perhaps. Maybe as a display piece, as a very massive Megatron, the leader class from Revenge of the Fallen is probably your best bet, but as a figure you can play around with, accuracy, level of detail, and scale, a figure you can scale with the other movie figures, or at least the other Studio Series figures that will be coming out, this is perhaps your best bet to that. I really like it. Let's talk about the details of the figure. He comes in this really nice gray plastic. It looks cheap when you see it in packaging, but it's actually not. It has that glossy finish to it. Very nice. No flake. I don't detect any flake at all. You look at the details, even the backside, he's got his boosters, which we've seen in tank mode and jet mode. He's got that sort of replacement arm from when he got cut, his arm got cut. We've seen third-party companies do this for the leader class figure and all that, but this one is very accurate. We have his claw arm with the foldable blade. This is the blade he uses to stab Optimus Prime. But it's got a cannon for an arm. No missile, no projectile, anything, but great detail. You can swing out that blade right there. On his chest, body, and torso, you get a lot of detail. Let me show you that. You see a lot of gold or bronze type of metallic finish to it. I love the gray. It's coming out as a dark gray on the camera, but it's not. It's actually a little bit lighter. And one of the more important things I think that Hasbro has added that really sells this figure, in my opinion, is this fantastic head sculpt. And we've seen that in the Optimus Prime figure and the Starscream figure, and certainly seeing it here right now with the Megatron figure. And I love it. It is as accurate as can be. Look at that. Very nice. So articulation, as far as articulation goes, it's okay. It's pretty good. The head is on a ball joint. It's a little bit on a hinge, so you can do that. You get him in that nice crouching pose. I love it. Okay, the shoulder has a swivel. Goes in and out, an in and out hinge right here. Bicep swivel. Hinge elbow, it goes up to there. Same thing on the other arm. No waist swivel, though, or torso articulation because of transformation. You get a nice little cavity right there. It's a shame, but they had to do that because of transformation. Ball hinge, hip, thigh swivel, hinge knees, double hinge knees because of transformation and because of that chicken leg stance. A little bit of an ankle rocker right here. And some foot articulation because of transformation. Okay, on to the downside. As you can see, a lot of the things tend to pop off. These panels right here tend to feel a little bit flimsy. They easily pop off, and I think it's a safety issue so that you don't break the toy. Instead of I would have preferred a pin joint, but here, and every time you try and flip it, I'm not doing it. You know, I'm not trying to put the figure down, okay? Not complaining too much and all that, but when you open this figure, a lot of things will tend to fly off, and I don't know why. I think they did it on purpose, but it can be annoying at times when you're trying to pose the figure, okay? But but again, it doesn't matter. It's not a deal breaker. The details on the figure is more than enough for you to purchase this. This is more enough reason for you to purchase this. Feet, look at this. These pieces right here, torso, the head sculpt, everything about the figure just screams Megatron, and I'm really loving it. Well done, Hasbro. Okay, so let's transform. But before we do that, we got to do some size comparisons, right? Okay, so get him in his most upright. Okay, stand him right here. He's pretty big for a Studio Series Voyager. I mean, we've seen Starscream, we've seen Optimus Prime, that's it. But after seeing Optimus Prime, I think he's going to be in scale, as you will see later. Okay, so he stands at about 7 3/4 inches tall, almost 8 inches. Got to do Optimus Prime right there. You know, they're trying to put everything in scale. I think the Optimus is still small. They could have done him bigger. That's probably the only downside I see again with this figure. It's a great figure, but you can recreate that scene that where he stabs Optimus. Yeah, but for most people, I think this is in scale. Megatron has always been much bigger than Optimus, and it could work. Maybe like that. But yeah, okay. So that's Optimus. We'll put him right here. Okay. If you're curious as to how the extent of these Voyager class figures have gotten smaller or bigger over the years, here is a Deluxe class figure that was released in 2007, RC. Back then, figures were much bigger. It was their first time, Hasbro, to do movie figures, and yeah, still a good scale for Megatron. Okay, we'll get rid of RC. Now, if you've had other movie Megatron figures, sure you'd want to see some comparisons. Here is the movie The Best, Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. Man, look at the size of this thing. I mean, sure, he's much taller. I've got the knees bent all the way in. He stands about 7 inches tall, but head to toe is about 6.5 inches tall. But they're great scale. I mean, girth, bulkness, I love it. Which begs the question, do you get this one or this one? I say both. If you're a big Megatron fan, go get both. This is a fantastic Voyager class figure, and it's redone in premium paints and detail. I love it. But this one I think is the more accurate one. Despite a lot of accuracy with this one's very accurate. Okay, we'll put Optimus right here, so that I can put the Last Night Megatron. And surprisingly, he is much taller than the Last Night Megatron, and I was expecting this one to be just about the same size, but no, he is, if I'm not mistaken, just 7 inches tall. Yep. And that's a great Voyager class scale, Voyager class sized toy, and that it's true Voyager class. I mean, you know, Nowadays, Voyager can be bigger, smaller, and all that, but I'm really, really liking its size. Some will say, yeah, they had to scale it, you know, they have to keep the Studio Series are trying to make everything in scale, but yeah, but you can't help it, but because they're very pricey, you have to start computing how much plastic do you get for the money you pay for it. And I say it's amazing. I think you get your money's worth with this particular Megatron figure. Okay. Let's get rid of these. And let's transform him. Okay, now the instructions give you a roundabout way of transforming several parts here and there, but I'm doing my best to show you how the simplest way to transform him. Okay, so let's start with this one. Fold up that sword. Go ahead and point the forearms backward 180 degrees. Put the the instruction says to put the neck this way, but don't do it all the way in because you're going to snap that off. There's no rivet there, there's no pin joint or anything like that. It will pop off. Okay, untab the shoulders right here. There's a peg right there. Tabs in right there, so untab that. And that will free up this back piece. The back piece, there's a lot of things folding in. That's why there's a lot of hollow spaces here and there. It cannot compress as efficiently, but that's what it is, okay? As you can see, the boosters actually get hidden a little bit. They don't move all the way here. They should be here, but they don't. But that's fine. That's really because of the engineering. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to fold the arms backwards and you're going to tuck them in. That's what the cavity is for. It's really to house the arms when you transform in. There are pegs right there. You can tab them there. You know you're doing it correctly when pegs are when the legs are when things are tabbing in. Okay. Can't do it this way. Okay. Okay. I think that's that. And that blaster serves as a little bit of a mini booster. So. Okay, and then the head will just stay right there. And onto the legs. I would suggest you do this now because it's a very tight joint and they tend to pop off. This thing, as I mentioned earlier, it just tends to pop off. So you can do it right now, like that. Go ahead and close the toes right there. Fold this out right here. Okay, straighten the feet. Go ahead and do this, this, this. That. Okay, and then this one just goes like that. Okay, like that. Okay, yeah, like this. Okay, do the same on the other side. That, and this one like that. Okay. Alrighty, rotate the thighs, that, do this, you clearly see where this thing is heading. Okay, you're going to need to open that waist piece or crotch piece, like that, this, and like this, okay, and then this one, you're going to move it like that. The instructions can be a little bit vague with this one, but you just have to slide it on like that. Okay, and then fold like this. Now this is like the part where things can get a little bit messy or flimsy, but until you tab everything in place, it's not going to feel as solid as you want it to be. So there's like a slot right there for that peg right there. Try and do that. Okay, same thing on the other side. Okay, now these, they just fold right here. If they don't tab off or untab, they should nestle right there and just fill it. It just fills up that space. Just filling up that void right there. not doing such a good job, but okay. Sorry. Okay, so the head just stays right there. All right. And then this one, there are places where those things should tab in. And okay. Like I said, if things are tabbing into place, then you're doing it correctly. Okay, and that's it. That is the tank mode. Does it roll? Well, this wheels here are supposed to roll, but okay, let me see if I get, yeah, okay, rolls a little bit. Okay, lots of details about it, and again, you see more gaps, but fine. I see the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron tank mode right here, and I love how flat it is. It's not as bulky as the leader class. I love that. I love these guns. I love the detail to it, his armor pieces, the tank treads. You get to see his head right there, which was, I think, in the movie. So I love it. Boosters would have been nice right here, but what can you do? Okay, and here he is with the movie The Best Voyager class Megatron, or Revenge of the Fallen Voyager class Megatron. As you can see, almost same size. Scales perfectly. Which one do you get? Again, I would say both. If you're a big Megatron fan, get both. It's very hard to decide because I really, really like this figure. But if you have to get one and you're going with accuracy, the Studio Series is the one you want to get. And just for fun, let's put in the Last Night Megatron in his alt mode, just to give you an idea of the scale these guys have. There you go. Very nice. Again, what a wonderful job Hasbro has done with the Studio Series Megatron. I wasn't expecting much based on the pictures. I was thinking he was really going to be small. It's going to be flimsy, but it turned out really, really nicely. Really great. Some parts are, flimsy. But overall, it deserves a 9 out of 10. I am absolutely very pleased with it. Highly recommend it if you want a very accurate Megatron to go with your Optimus Prime for Studio Series. And yeah, there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations Studio Series from the Revenge of the Fallen, the Voyager class Megatron. Thanks for watching.